all weird and fluffy. And that is how we're starting this video. Hi, it's Friday, August 19th, and you just watched me pat my big fluffy head. On this one, we just figured out that Samson's up there in the date, because I put a kid in the date each day. You guys are the only class I told you, so my other classes all figured it out today, so the next week we get to the moment. We're going to walk you guys through how the whole quizzy thing works here in just a moment. We'll get to all of that. And this was yesterday's. Because I had kids who did not know yesterday, so I was trying to help them out for there. And that was yesterday's. It was Cora that was up there, so we can help you out from there. Lily Miller.
I just realized that the kids were squished. At first I just thought it was like their head from here and up, but I just realized that you squish them down.
I mean, it's just like the neck, but yeah, it makes them all kind of wide and squishy. Your poster for the project. If you need to work on it, you can ask for it after quiz. You are welcome to work on it, and that is fine with me. If not, you have time on Monday to work on them again, but it's just a short time since we're presenting on Monday. So you're not going to have quite as long then if you are wanting to, but that is fine with me. White sheet, don't lose this. Make sure you fill it out. This was what makes you not have to memorize it on Monday. So if you have the white sheet filled out, you get to use white sheet. If you don't have white sheet filled out, then hopefully it's all in your brain because you're not taking your notebook up with you, because it's that whole learny thing that we're going to get to again. And there, blue sheet, my last reminder to you to make sure you have filled in your name at the top and then filled in your partner's name in the partner spot in the middle. All right. B points, we do have kids who are struggling. I have 2 classes with kids who are already at 5 points and sitting over here in this special little area. Next week, I'm notifying parents if you're in single digits and being like, hey, we're struggling. One of us should probably help that child out. If you, again, I will update. Oh, those of you who have gone the whole week without losing any B points, you gain an automatic point, and you'll get a chance to go up to 16 points at the end of the week, and you'll go up to like 18 points next week, and so on and so forth from that. All right, and that covers that. Did you just talk out loud saying you haven't lost any points? Isn't that ironic? And let's see, we covered that. Quiz. This is yesterday's slide, so it's not tomorrow's quiz, it's today's quiz from yesterday. I'm going to walk you guys through it here in a moment. You get to use your handouts. The problem is you have to also think, and apparently that's been the struggle for kids today. Just having answers on the things in front of you is not enough. You have to also use brainy bits. If you don't use brainy bits, it does not work as well for you, because we've had some kids really struggling on it today. So I'm going to hand it out to you here in a moment. We'll get a chance to go through it and try to help you. Home children, I'm actually going to record it for a little bit, just not we're going over the whole quiz, but because I'm going to be covering directions. So if you're watching at home, watch these directions, because plus it's a really short video. If you look down there, you'll see it's really short, and we'll help you out. All right, so we're going to pause, and we'll start it again in a moment. So hang on. All right, so we are now taking a look at quizzy thing. Home children, here's the quizzy thing. Ooh, it's moving so you can't try and pause the screen. Okay. First thing you're going to do is make sure you write your name at the top first and last, even if you don't like your last name, first and last, because if not, I'll come around and try to remind you here in a second at the toppy bits. Here's how quizzy thing is going to work. Home children, I'm going to cover how quizzy thing works to try and help you out too. How many points is each question worth? Why do you say 2, Fitz?
I read it on here.
Yeah, 1, it's in the directions where it says each question is worth 2 points. If you're not good at directions, but you're good at math, you could also figure it out. And how could math kids figure it out? Brody?
They can say for each question, they can divide 24 by 2.
And where do you get the 24?
The top right corner.
Is correct, because it says out of 24 in the top right corner, there's 12 questions. 24 divided by 12 is 2. Here's the reason why I bring that up. Each question's 2 points because you can get partial credit for my quiz questions. So if you're not sure, but you get close, I can give you 1 of the 2 points. That even works on multiple choice. On multiple choice, if you can't decide between 2 answers, and you're like, it could be A or it could be C, and you circle both of them, and one of them is right, I give you 1 of the 2 points. Because that was the thing I always would have liked to have had when I was a kid. Can we just circle all the answers? Yes. And for every wrong circle, you lose a point. But that means we lose 3 points. Yes. That's called being a dum-dum. So I don't recommend doing it, but I'm not going to stop you. If you're like, I want to lose a point for every quiz and go to -12, special child. I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't want to stop you. So multiple choice, you can circle 2. As long as one of them is right, then you are good to go. One of the questions is going to ask you about 9 weeks. Here is your hint I will tell you now. There are 36 weeks in a school year. 36 weeks in a school year. I recommend writing that down somewhere, because if you ask me in a moment, I'm going to lie and give you a different number. So 36 weeks in a school year. That's going to help you out on one of the answers. As you go through, you can look up answers anywhere you want in your stuff. You cannot look at another person's quiz, and you cannot use technology, but you can look stuff up besides that. When you finish, you are welcome to turn the quiz face down. That's what lets me know you are done. Once it is face down, you can get out technology. You can get out a phone and you can look at your talkie-tickies. You can get and watch a YouTube video. That is fine with me. But this has to be face down. If it's not face down, I'm assuming you're a big cheater and I get to come over and help you guys out. So face down, that way I know you're not looking up answers, and you should be good to go. Once everyone has them face down, we can move on. You're going to have about 10 to 15 minutes to answer the quizzes. If you don't know the answers by then, you're probably not going to figure them out. So I figure 10 to 15 minutes, you should have plenty of time. Also, I know quizzes can be a bit intimidating, so to help you out, I will always give you an inspirational picture. It will help motivate you. Here is today's inspirational picture. It is an adorable kitten who is yelling at you to go. It's like, you go, girl! And it's yelling at you and trying to cheer you on. So that is my inspirational picture to try and help you out. If you feel overwhelmed, you can look up the kitty and just go, oh, that's good. And that'll help you out. And then I'll explain why we're going to use the pen at the end. And if you look at the bottom, it has a thing down there about making sure you initial it. I'll explain that too. When you get done, face down, only use pencil, you can get partial credit. All right. Home children, this is as far as the recording goes. So when you come back to life, you're going to take the quiz when you're alive. Okay, stop being dead. Michael.